שיעור הוא dedicated לעילוי נשמת דבורה פייגי בת שמואל או לדבורה בת שמואל לסבא פלורד אברהם ונקבת פני מנחם מנדל בן אלחנן עליהם השלום. You know, we're about to start פרשת משפטים. Why it's called פרשת משפטים? Because they have a lot of laws, right?
Yes.
One of the laws that appears in the parasha, it's called the law of avadim, of slaves. Now there are two types of slaves. One type of slave is Jewish, Ivri, Ived Ivri. But the Torah says, Shesh shanim ya'avod, 6 years he should work by you, and the 7th you kick him out. Right? From the other hand, you have Eved Knaani. What's Eved Knaani? It's a boy that is your slave, and according to halakha, it's asur to release him. Le'olam ba'im ta'avodu, says the pasuk. It should be your slave forever. However, if happened to be that for X or Y reason you have to release him, this goy automatically have to convert himself. Good. Comes the Torah and he tells us, what if the master gets so mad? He gets so angry at the slave, and he hit him. And by hitting him, he broke one of the teeth. Or he caused him a damage in the eye that he cannot see. So the Torah says that Eved Yotze B'Shem Ve'ayin. The slave got released automatically at the moment that he missed one teeth or he missed his vision. Right? Says Rabbeinu B'Chaya, I believe it is. Yes, Rabbeinu B'Chaya writes down, why Davka? Only these two organs, the eye and the teeth, are the two only organs that if the master damaged them, the slave is released. If the master, kick him in the stomach, no, he stays. If the master pull his hair, he stays. Only what? The eyes and the teeth. Why? Comes Rabbeinu B'Chaya, he says a fantastic hadush. Says Rabbeinu B'Chaya, slaves, right? What they are slaves, from where are they coming? From who? In history, from who are they coming? From one of the sons of Noah. Noah had three kids, Shem, Ham, Yafet, right? Shem is us. Ham, Yafet, Yafet Elokim leYafet. Those are the Greeks. Yeah. Shem, Ham was the father of Canaan. And let me remind you a little bit what happened over there. You remember that Noah, once the flood was over, and Noah went down from the teva, from the boat. Noah, the first thing that he did after Korbanot, he planted a vineyard. And says the Torah, he planted a vineyard and he got some wine. And this wine he started to drink in his tent. And he drank so much that he got drunk. Once he got drunk, what happened? The grandson, Canaan, there was a son of Ham, right? The grandson, Canaan, entered. And he saw his grandfather naked. And instead of helping him, he went outside and he told his uncles, laughing, you see our grandpa is naked inside. Now, Canaan wasn't a young child. Canaan was already enough mature. And at that moment, what happened? Noah realized that when all the wine went out, and he gave a curse. And he gave a curse to Ham, to the father of Canaan, and to Canaan, and to all the generations after Canaan, that all of them will be slaves. Eved avadim yeh le'achav, says the pasuk. Says Rabbeinu B'Chaya, so you understand what's going on over here? What was the two organs that Canaan used to speak bad or to do something wrong against Noah? First organ, the eyes. And the second one?
The mouth.
The mouth. Say HaKadosh Baruch Hu, All the Avera that he did was because of these two organs. Now if he's going to get damaged in one of these two organs, he had to send him out for free. Okay, it's a type of kapara on the Avera that Canaan did. Yeah, by taking out the vision or the eyes, or the teeth, rather, of this slave. That's how Rabbi Bahai explains. And here, Rabbi, I want to give you a little bit more of a chidush. Says the Pnei Menachem, he gives a beautiful, beautiful explanation, and he says like this. He says, Rabotai, forget about 1 second the slaves, and let's talk about our own slavery. Let's talk about how much we are slaves of our own desires, of our own Yetzirah. How many times the Yetzirah just control us and we feel like, I don't want to do it, but it's like a magnet. I'm running after something, I'm going to regret it afterwards, but right now I'm attached. And we leave, every single one of us, we have those moments that we're being slaves. Comes the Pnei Menachem and he explains. He says that there is two things. That if you're going to be able to fight with them, automatically you're going to be chofshi, you're going to be free from this slavery, from this Yetzirah. What are the two things? The power of the vision and the power of speech. If you're going to be able to control your eyes, going out, and yes, we don't have to see every advertising outside in the street. No. And we don't have to watch every magazine. And we don't have to see every single thing that moves outside. If we're going to be able to control our eyes, our vision, and at the same time try to control our speech, not to talk too much about other people. Whatever you take out from your mouth, you think a little bit before. Automatically, this type of person goes free from this Yetzirah that is trying to control them. Chachamim are giving a mashal. You know what's a mashal? What's a mashal in English? Example. You give an example. There was a Yehudi and an Arab. Yehudi and Arab. And the Yehudi tells the Arab, listen, you're working by me? Okay, listen. He was, seems to be that the Jew was buying from the Arab bags of flour. So they tell him, listen, every time that you come and you put a bag, okay, I'm going to put a coin in this plate, like that I don't forget at the end of the month how many bags you gave me, and I will pay you accordingly. Right? So fine, that's what they did. First month, beautiful. Every bag, the guy was bringing a coin. You know, at the end of the month, yalla, take it. Second month, the same thing. The third month, the Arab was bringing the bags, and he saw, you know what? This plate, those coins, he's not going to see. He took some coins and he put it in his pocket. What happened? This Hamor, what he did? He didn't realize that at the end of the month, now the Jew is going to find less coins. He's going to give him less of the salary. Say Chachamim, this mashal is compared to each one of us. Borei Olam gave you a certain amount of berakah that you're supposed to get, a certain amount of enjoyment. Rabotai, if you don't try to get some enjoyments that it's not proper, automatically you're not only taking this enjoyment from the bank account, but you're losing more of the enjoyment that you're supposed to get just because you're taking it improperly. This letter, there was a rabbi, his name was Shlomo Volbe. I have been married to be by him. And this rabbi wrote a letter to a boy in yeshiva. Now in the letter, you can see it. It's in the book of Ale Shur, one of his books. In the letter, you don't see the question. Just see the answer. But you can understand from the answer exactly what was the question. The question basically was, the boy, yeshiva boy, had a lot of Yetzirah. Yeah? I'm not watching things that are not good. And he was writing to the rabbi, I don't know how to get out from this. I don't know. And the rabbi wrote him, I want you to know, B'ezrat Hashem, soon you're going to get married, you're going to You're going to have a family. I want you to know, whatever enjoyment you're taking from now, automatically you're going to take it from your future wife. Some people are saying, no, let me just, when I will get married, there will be more, I will watch myself more. You don't understand. Every enjoyment that you take that it's not the proper way to enjoy, it's a balance. You're taking from the right enjoyment that you were supposed to enjoy. Let me tell you this following story. It was a rabbi, it was a lady. This lady lived in Europe. She's a young girl, 15, 16 years old. Religious family. One day at school, they made a choir at school. All of the school is girls, religious girls. And she starts singing, and they realize this girl has a beautiful, beautiful voice. Beautiful voice. Something that they never heard, something like that. One of the guys heard that. One of the directors of the school heard that. He started to put her as a, how do you say it? Soloist? No, sing.
Soloist.
Huh?
Soloist.
Soloist. Soloist. No?
By herself.
She sings by herself. The soloist.
Solo.
And she was, solo. She was singing solo every single event of the school. Happened to be that somehow a guy came to one of those performances, and he heard the voice of this girl. He said, this girl is a waste of time. She can be one of the greatest singers in the country. I have to get in some contact. I'm going to try to push her to sing in the main event of the city. But that true story. The girl was taken in the main event. She sang solo. Everybody heard the voice. They were amazed. They were running crazy. From that event, she got all type of offers. Listen, you're going to come with us. We're going to pay you this and we're going to pay you that. Every single concert or event that she was singing, she was getting even a better offer to sing out. Now I will tell you, we're talking about Bat Israel. We're talking about a religious girl going outside, have no end. You go outside, you start being famous, then goyim are coming to you, then you're getting all type of things. But not, it's game over. The father of the girl realized what's going on, and he calls her. Tells her, listen, you don't know where you're going. Please, I'm begging you, don't even enter to those places. Daddy, listen, I know Torah is very important, Hashem is very important, but Hashem gave me a gift. And I have to use it. Why Hashem give me such a gift? The Gemara explains the worst thing that a father can have in his life, worst thing, the Gemara writes, Masechet Berachot. Says the Gemara, it's when you have one of his children living out the derech of the Torah. That's the worst thing. Bar Minan, I just heard right now. The guy came up to me, he told me that he got a phone call from a mother of one of his best friends, saying that his friend is dating out a girl, Goya, and the mother doesn't know how to do it, how to cut it. The father was begging her, please don't go. Doesn't want to hear. It's a gift from God, I have to use it. Rabotai, the father told her, you know what? Before you go, if you don't mind, we have a rabbi. Let's go to our rabbi. They went to one of the greatest rabbis in that generation, in that time. They got to the rabbi. The rabbi tried to convince her, nothing. And then the rabbi at the end told her, listen, I'm not going to tell you what to do. You decided, it's all for you. I'm just going to tell you one thing. If you're going to be able to control yourself, to control the power that God gave you, this beautiful voice, to control it and to give it to God, instead of giving it to the goyim, I promise you, you're going to have a son. But this son will be famous in Am Yisrael. This son will be all the Torah that he's going to take out from his mouth. Everybody's going to hear it. And I promise you that you're going to have it. Rabbi, the son, this woman, this girl decided not to go. She got married. And Baruch Hashem, she got a son. The name of the son was Rav Shmuel Bosner. Rabbi Bosner was one of the greatest poskim of our times. One of the greatest poskim. He had a levaya, huge levaya when he passed away. And they asked Rabbi Bosner, Rabbi, when he was alive, this story was true? And then the rabbi said, listen, one thing I can tell you. I don't know all the details of the story. One thing I can tell you. My mother, every week she was telling me, Shmuel, I want you to learn strong, because I give all my life for you. I give all my future to put you in yeshiva to be able to go. Rabotai, yes, the Yetzer Hara is trying to convince us right now you can gain a lot. But if we control ourselves in our eyes, or we control ourselves in our speech, automatically the Chofshiyah Shalachenu Borei Olam is going to send us for free from the Yetzer Hara, and then all the berachot that we're wishing are going to come to our life. Baruch Adonai Olam, Amen. Adonai Chofetz Eman Tzidko.